mega tired from this week. That's why I'm here. Not forcing myself here, but I was thinking, quite possibly, if I could do a very quick run and see what the Borderlands Enhanced Edition is about. But I need people to join. Probably. Because it's going to be a while till I can get the Phoenix Wright game, which it's already out in $30, but I have like $5 credit, so it's only 25 bucks for me. So, yeah. And now, you know what was funny is that I was going to do Phoenix Wright regardless, and all of a sudden it comes out on like HD. I'm stoked for it, actually. So you know, maybe next week. Like, not this week it's starting, but the following week. Alright, I'm gonna continue this. Wow. This is what happens. This is what happens.
And coming up in this incredibly exciting show, a young woman changes a wheel. An older woman drinks some lager. And Richard looks at a book.
Look at that.
However, we begin with a film from James May, who's in his 80s.
Welcome to Stream Kanach. How's it going?
No, wait, sorry. We begin with a film from James May about the 80s.
Yes, thank you. The 80s, a time of marvellous excess, you know.
Love it.
Gecko and big shoulder
Yeah.
pads, and of course incredible supercars. The greatest of which, without question, was this
See
one.
you, weebs. Welcome to the stream, Vegas.
The Ferrari Testarossa was excess on wheels. Be it looks, attitude,
Hell yeah.
or even size.
When this car came out, people were absolutely aghast at how wide this car was. I don't mean wide like Del Boy, I mean wide as in width. It was enormous, especially at the back. And it simply oozed charisma from every one of these slatted panels. It was unquestionably the only car that could star in Miami Vice.
Oh, wow. It's a very good car. It's a very sexy car. I'm not a Ferrari person. I mean,
Price of this
obviously,
car when it went
I'm
on
not
sale in
any,
1985
what you call it, be picky. But
62,666
I'm not. But I like this car because of
That is, as a
the
millionaire,
Outrun
the
game in
number of the
2006.
beast. And when you unleashed its 5-seater V12, it would do 180 miles an hour. That was an astonishing figure for the time.
But yeah, I like the looks of this car. I like edgy more than curvy, if that makes sense. When it comes to cars.
Concentrate, look through the bend.
I always
This is
think
quite a
that
complicated one.
80s and 90s cars, well, early 90s cars are pretty freaking...
Gosh, it doesn't feel so good, but it does.
Are pretty, like, curvy, but not like today's cars. Today's cars are very feminine. I like them, obviously. You can't hate the cars that are coming out these days, but you gotta admit, they're kind of feminine. Nissans, Civic,
Full throttle.
they're all like feminine. Camrys.
This is just brilliant.
And every time we start to blow it up with side quests, we'll do the side quest, and then when we're done with the side quest, we'll continue with the story.
In fact,
I kind of want to
Enzo
play
Ferrari
less like
loved
that in the
show
intense version
so
and just
much,
more like
he
meaty.
actually gave
Just get
the
into
star,
it.
Don Johnson, his own Testarossa.
I'm gonna.
And Don was just the tip of the celebrity iceberg.
Rod Stewart had one, Elton John had one, Mike Tyson had one, O.J. Simpson had one, and presumably wore driving gloves.
Funny today I was listening to 80s
If
music.
the 1980s were the era of excess, then, well, this was the perfect car for the era.
I'm afraid Mr. May has just been wasting your time, rather, because that is not the ultimate 80s
Oh, yeah.
supercar. This is. For sheer over-the-topness, nothing comes close
Right.
to the Lamborghini
I'm gonna have to
Countach.
agree with that.
Alongside it, the Testarossa looks like a family hatchback. If you think the Ferrari is wide, this is even
And a
wider.
biggie.
And the Testarosa's doors
I'll be there.
don't open like this.
That's very true.
This version of the Countach, the LP5000, was launched in 1985.
That is
specifically
definitely a
to
better
put the
looking car.
Testarossa back in its box.
That was the car of the future.
It's 48 valve, 5.2 litre V12. Could take the Countach to 186 miles an hour, or to be precise, more than the Ferrari.
Yeah, it's definitely better. You. One day there'll be like a PS4 like emulator, and the ROM will be online or something like that. For like 5-6 years.
But it has to be an Ultima. And this is the ultimate bedroom wall poster car. When I first saw one of these as a kid, it lit a flame in my heart. And when I saw one today, as a middle-aged man, that same flame roared into life.
This car is what dreams are made of.
What an astonishing feeling!
You know what? That's very true. I gotta slow down a lot when I do that.
I look pretty cool. Oh!
I did it. Barely. I was looking at the progress and not the time. That's what screwed
Came
me
from a
up.
company that didn't have half the resources of Ferrari. Let me give you an example. This car might look super
Let me cut him off for a
aerodynamic.
second. Nah,
Missile.
we had a pachinko,
They never
old
saw the
pachinko
inside
machine,
of a wind
but
tunnel. They couldn't afford to put
it's
it in
popular
one.
over there.
So instead, they ran a prototype up and down the motorway with bits of wool stuck all over it. I love that.
So that's what I'm gonna do in these months. I want to say sometime
Oh, hello. Here he comes.
later, like maybe next month. I don't know. Whenever, I'll take that.
Off you go.
Whenever I can, I'll.
This is Bradley!
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Whenever my situation goes from extremely dire and critical, which it still is right now, to okay, I can breathe. I'll start the Konami month. It could be May or June.
Time to play.
I got 3 games in mind already for NES.
Oh no.
And one of them I never hear anybody talk about, and I still think it's a great game. However, I have to get myself a retro controller. But I think the PS4 controller, which I have, does a better job at retro games, or it feels like it might do better in retro games than the Xbox One controller. Which I've said this before and I'll say it again. The PS4's design is flawed. So flawed because it's taken a design where the controller was meant for 2D games and then later adapted for 3D games, and not in my opinion, not nearly as closely optimized for 3D gaming that the Xbox controller always has been. And even the GameCube controller is hell of a lot better at, you know, the 3D games and all that stuff. Heck, the 64 controller is better at 3D. I'd rather use a 64 controller than to use a PS1, 2, 3, 4 controller
Unleash the beast!
for 3D type games. Anyways, do Golden Axe. Golden Axe is not Konami. Golden Axe is Sega, and I would gladly do Golden Axe. I love Golden Axe. I grew up with Golden Axe. It brings me great joy that you say that, Kanachi, because like I said, I grew up with that.
Eventually, we pulled over so we could continue arguing face to chest.
Oh, the brakes are brilliant.
On the line.
Right. Oh, that doesn't help much in there.
You can't see behind you, can
No, I
you?
just want to be really accurate, and you can help with that.
That's in the way, and that's in the way. That's why the early ones had a periscope.
Unable to agree on any.
Now, if it were modernly engineered, I would say that the rear view mirror would be a live camera feed at the back of the car. That'd be pretty cool.
Decided to take a more intellectual approach.
Oh, look at the rabbit.
By having a
I know.
drag race.
Now, on paper, the Lamborghini
Because I don't
is
like
faster,
LJN games, and yes, I do
but
watch the
as you
LJN
already observed,
Defender.
Lamborghini were a bit fast and
I've
loose
only
with
owned a
their
handful of
performance back in
LJN
the day.
titles.
So now, finally,
Roger
you can
Clemens
find out for
Baseball, Maximum Carnage. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to stay with the Countach. Wish I could play it like with somebody.
One. Begin.
I want a drag race one day. That seems pretty fun. Whoosh.
Give me everything you.
Okay. Capcom's another. I saw a video on Capcom. Oh damn, this. You guys are giving me material I can talk on when it comes to like these games.
Hang on a minute.
What?
By attacking those cars, you are destroying the very foundations of everything we love and hold precious.
And now it's time to destroy them a little bit more by seeing how slowly
I have to interrupt. It was. I didn't think it was the best, but
go
I thought it
round
was
the
okay.
Ebola Drome. And look at that lunging and pitching there as she heads on to the isn't.
I would imagine as fast as it is, it doesn't handle very well. Because a lot of Ferraris have like magnetic suspension and all that stuff, but not in the 80s though. Probably not. Have you ever heard of these cars that had like actual Bose suspension system?
Bringing out that flat 12.
And they didn't catch on because they were too heavy,
Back
and
towards
too
Old
expensive
Lady's
to
house,
make, but they
lumbering
worked so
towards
well.
Substation. Just field of sheep to go.
Screwed that up.
And across the line. She's nuts. She's absolutely nuts. Sliding a Testarossa. I wouldn't do that for all the tea in China.
Technical point that might confuse the viewers. You just said the raw from the flat 12,
Yeah.
which is sort of right, but I said V12,
I know you did.
which is also sort of right because it's not a boxer, so it's a 180-degree flat V12.
Like that.
There you
Literally
go.
not interested. It's a flattish V12. Anyway,
Flattish.
it's now time to see how the Lambo got on.
What are you talking about? No, it's not. Nowhere near as fast, but you gotta. It was a different era, and there was different standards.
Easing off through the second curve on the straight. Back on the power towards your name here.
Yeah, I know. They'll make them faster. They'll make them faster.
And now the joyless wrestle back towards Old Lady's house. And now in the damp dash towards Substation.
I totally beat that.
And there we are across the line.
Anyways.
Right. There's a new breed of small hot hatchback. And to find which one is best, we took the Grand Tour to that field just over there. Yes, the start point for our
I do like
test
hatchbacks.
was our own track in Oxfordshire. And this is what we'd assembled. I've brought the new Volkswagen Polo GTI, which has 197 horsepower. Richard Hammond has brought the new Ford Fiesta ST, which also has 197 horsepower.
ST.
James May has brought the new Toyota Yaris, which has a ridiculous name, the how do you say that?
Gruminer.
It isn't Gruminer. There's no at the end. It says Grum.
Yours is a brown car.
It's not brown.
That is brown.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It isn't. It's mushroom.
The cameramen know about colour. Is it brown?
It's brown.
Definitely brown.
It's brown. There you go.
Mushroom. At this point, we decided that instead of arguing about which car was best, we should do some actual tests, starting with a.
I wouldn't go with the Yaris. I've always liked the Golf, the look of the Golf. It's like a shrunken down fucking SUV. Shrunken down. Or crossover. But I like it when it has the 4 doors. Because it looks like a little like it's a great I love the design. I would own one, but I don't trust Volkswagen as a company. I thought
Oh, look at that for a tidy line.
I gotta concentrate more on the race. You guys got me started with this whole Capcom and Konami thing. I'm thinking about all the good times I've had.
No,
You know what? Another thing I wanted to do was the Mega Man series, and I still have Mega Man X collection. And I think I'm ready to beat some of these. Some of these games I haven't even played. What am I following? That's a pretty cool one, Kanach. I take it you're having fun with that. Disgustingly, I've been working every fucking day since Thursday, and that's why I haven't been on, because I'm opting for productivity. I really don't like what I'm doing. So you're doing if you're not having fun or you don't have time for stuff, you're doing too much of something. And right now I'm doing too much of work, which is not a bad thing, but I really, really gotta get on my fucking feet now. So.
Several laps later, both of us were still the same distance apart.
It's just occurred to me, we both have the same knowledge of this track. We both have 197 horsepower. This race may take a while. However,
Brakes are fading. I can feel them fading a bit. They do get hot.
mine, meanwhile, had got smoky hot. So, much to the annoyance of our colleague, we decided to call it a draw.
Can I just say, if this was a proper race rather than a catch-up race, I'd now be in the lead because I treated my car properly and didn't overheat the brakes.
Have you heard this?
I did hear
But
that.
you don't pause
So, in
in
other
a
words,
race.
if you drive slowly, you win.
Yes. Because my
Pacing.
brakes aren't overheating, I can still
It's
be
called pacing. If you pace yourself correctly, you will win in the long run.
We went more than 28 miles an hour.
Rubbish! When did you watch a motor race on the television, on Grandstand or whatever? and they said, "Oh,
Rather
we're just
than
gonna
listen
have
to any
40
more
cars
of
at
May's
this time."
bizarre theories on motorsport, we decided to move on to the next challenge. A drag race. Let me talk you through the engine. It's a 2-litre
The free app that you wanted it to trash. What free app did I want it to trash?
3, 2, 1. That's bollocks. Go.
Fucking shit.
It's a 2-litre turbo.
100.
3, 2, 1. Go.
You also have to think about horsepower to weight ratio.
Get a bloody move on. Yes!
Oh, what?
I didn't.
A victory for the fat boy!
that can only mean...
Okay, you talk about Akami fan, not me. I didn't even know what app you were talking about. I'm like, how do I call app trash if I don't even know what you're talking
For a
about?
bit of a debrief. The mushroom-coloured polo
The brown VW has
won. Actually, I've got to be honest, I am quite surprised by its
I'm slightly
astonishing
It could be aerodynamics, could be weight,
victory.
It is really annoying.
it could be a power
It's
arc,
heavy.
Yes.
And it's only as powerful as this.
The DSG gearbox makes
a gearbox as well.
Yeah,
You're
double
right.
clutch. I mean, every time you two have to change gear, you lose 20 yards.
Well, there's no way can you keep up with that with an
Instant.
old-fashioned box.
Look, it's one gear, then another. In this.
yes.
Oh, hang on. Text from Mr. Willman. You idiots.
Nice.
Kind.
Stop banging on about double clutch gearboxes and lift off oversteer. These cars are supposed to appeal to young people and they have no idea what those things are. The winner of this test will be the car that appeals most to millennials, not old men like you.
Millennials.
So what test do we do that
In other words,
young
people like me.
would be interested? No, wait. I've had an idea.
What exactly is a millennial?
Me?
Once we'd explained this to James, we left the test track
maybe-
and began our new youth-friendly road test.
Why last time I started up, I started in back? I'll read the chat in a bit. Let me finish this race. So, have we forgotten about Konami and Capcom being great at their time? I mean, some of the best developers in their time, especially Capcom with their Disney games, and Konami with like fucking, I was gonna say Jazz Jackrabbit, Bucky O'Hare, Zen Intergalactic Ninja, the Contra series, which I've never even liked very much, but I understand their significance and stuff like that. Sunset Riders was Konami. A lot of good light gun games. I think the Ninja Turtles games. Was that Konami? I want to say it is. Konami actually made a couple of some good beat 'em ups, but Capcom I think was king of beat 'em ups. Final Fight.
That's all do.
Captain Commando,
God.
The Punisher, Alien vs Predator. I could go on and on about Capcom beat 'em ups.
Apart from you drinking plastic, which is evil, I thought that was all going rather well, the test appealing to young people.
Yeah, we talked about carbon dioxide and polar bears and expressed our support for the Labour Party.
Yeah, I mean, apart from the bit where the juicer blew up in my face, obviously it was all going rather excellently, we
It
thought.
was, yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Mr. Willman said we hadn't got the idea at all. And that to really appeal to millennials, we had to somehow get our cars in the Mail Online.
Now, this was a bit of a problem for James, who claims he's never read the Mail Online.
I haven't.
You're not really the Mail's target audience, James.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're not a mealy-mouthed, bitter person who believes that everyone who is luckier, better-looking, richer and more talented than you are should be torn to shreds and executed.
Right, well, whatever. The rules were simple. We had to drive into London and then do something with our cars that would get the paparazzi to take a picture of them.
Yes, and then the winner would be the person who got the most amount of those pictures actually published.
I decided that what I'd do was take my wife out for dinner at the glittering
she's good looking for
Bluebird
him.
restaurant on the famous King's Road. It's a popular haunt for the paps, this, and I felt sure we'd be snapped getting out of the little Ford. Okay, right, so remember to smile and look like you really like me. Like a lot. Right. On my hand, there. And then we'll just stand around for a bit. Looking forward to dinner with my wife, Mindy.
What am I supposed to do?
There Jeremy, meanwhile,
I win.
had decided that to get himself noticed, he'd have a puncture and then get a celebrity like Binky Felstead to help him mend it.
You grab the spare wheel.
Really?
You have to twiddle it so the car goes up, way really high in the sky.
Ah!
Come on, get back into this.
Exhausted.
James, meanwhile, was driving a car that's never been papped, through a part of London that's never been papped, with his dinner date, historian Mary Beard, who hasn't been papped either.
And I'm absolutely delighted. I mean, this has made my month, this.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very generous.
Meanwhile, back in Chelsea,
There's no paps. There's nobody here.
No.
There's no photographers. It's ridiculous. I've always been photographed here. Look, here I am. And here I am. And here... Oh, she's just a friend from work.
with dinner over, the two most unpappable people in history were waiting to be papped.
I just had a thought. I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but actually the idea of this was to get the car in the paper. Well, no, because I should have parked it outside. Excuse me.
What's crazy? Hold on, I'll check that out super quick.
James,
Oh, that's beautiful.
Up in front of Mary Beard.
I did, I'm sorry, it just fell out. I apologise.
And also, I know a lot of people will be thinking, oh, we engineered that. We really genuinely didn't. All you have to do to get papped when you're in our line of work is go into London, do something mildly out of the ordinary, and then they swarm. Well,
Or get
not round
absolutely
you.
clattered and fall out of a club with no trousers on.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
Or
Anyway.
catch pneumonia.
Anyway, while, yes, I've had that a few times. Anyway, listen, while we were waiting to see which one of our antics got into the Mail Online, Mr. Willman came up with another youth-friendly idea.
Yep, he said each of us had to take a picture of our car and then see which of us got the most likes of their snap on Instagram. I had done just that. For my Instagram picture, I am not messing about. I've recruited a top photographer and I'm very excited because he's brilliant. Look at that. His name is David Yarrow. He's one of the world's greatest wildlife photographers, and his plan was to recreate this shot using my car instead of the tiger. So I'm coming in.
I think the most important thing is to have it energy. It's got to be full, it's got to be dynamic. And that means I think we need water flying up between me and the car. I want to be as close, safety-wise, as you'll allow me to be. Yeah, got your number.
Okay. Go, go, go!
So I got to run him over? I hope I get to run him over. Dude! Bah!
Eventually, my shot was in the can. As was May's. And so, after no work at all, was Jeremy's. Could you have made any less effort, Lulacha?
No, you're right. I should have put a puppy in it, because Instagram loves a dog.
Yeah.
Anyone on Instagram, it's all just dogs, basically.
Anyway, with our pictures posted on Instagram, we were all given another challenge to see who could get the most views of their car on YouTube.
I've never seen the video.
Now, if you go on YouTube, which I do quite a lot, you will notice that something that's very popular with so-called millennials is the unboxing video.
Yeah.
It's usually something like an idle student with nothing better to do, simply taking something they've bought out of the box and talking about it.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? The delivery guys just
That
left
is so
out of
typical.
here and hadn't even taken it out of the box yet. I got so
This
excited.
bloke is unboxing a new television set he's bought.
Oh my god, you guys ready?
It's therapeutic. I mean, oh.
Look how many hits it's got.
The stand is not mounted on it. You'll have to put that on later.
But nothing will ever come close to actually getting something brand new and like doing it
Hi
yourself.
guys, it's May. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to my latest unboxing video, and this is a big one. It's a car.
Oh my god. Ah! Okay, got it.
Meanwhile, Jeremy had decided to create a fast show style
Yeah,
character
no,
called
he's
David
right.
Souffle.
Okay, hold on. Those look like senoritas. Is there an English version of that, or are those Cuban senoritas? Because those are delicious. It's basically layered pastry with custard, and then on the top it's like, right here on the right. On the right there. The senoritas. The marble-looking pastry? That looks like senoritas. Mmm, senoritas. It's delicious. You cut it in, it's layers and layers and layers. And when you eat it, it's layers and layers and layers. Mmm.
ready. Right, now down there is a man. I don't know his name, but it doesn't matter because in a moment I'm going to run him over. 3, 2, 1, go! And here we go. Yes! Didn't kill a man.
Oh my god. I don't know, what did I just do?
Oh, I like that a lot.
Oh, we're done with episode 10. Oh my. That actually looks pretty damn good.
That was an impressive stunt.
Cool, yeah. That's pretty for that.
How's his therapy working out?
Getting over it.
Okay, what we've got here is the scoreboard that'll help us determine which is the best of the small hot hatches. We've already filled in the scores for Price, the pursuit race, and the drag race. Now we've got the paparazzi thing. Hammond, how did you get on?
Well, you two put the pap in a bag, didn't you?
Well, we did, but actually, we should sell those bags to celebrities.
You should, because they're rather clever. You pull a drawstring, and not only can't you take any pictures, you can't get out of the car.
Yes, it's also technically false imprisonment.
Yes.
And
Well, yeah,
therefore
but
illegal.
so's trapping a wasp in a jam jar. Nobody complains about that, do they?
Yes,
So-
well, anyway, it didn't work because obviously there must have been another pap that we didn't spot because this picture appeared. Ha ha! Ha 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 ha!
No. Wait a minute. The rules said it had to have the car in it, and I
did.
don't see the car in that picture.
It also said Mail Online, and I'm guessing, there's some evidence to suggest that is the Sun.
Yeah,
I think it's the Sun.
I hoped you wouldn't spot that.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't do very well.
I think that gives you a 0, Hammond.
Yeah, so you got a 0. Now, James May, how did you get on taking the older woman out for a curry in Hammersmith and then parking your car in an underground car park?
Not that well, actually.
How not that well?
Not that well.
Okay.
Not a single thing. My plan was rather successful.
Was it?
49 pictures appeared of my car and me and Binky in the Mail Online.
49?
49 pictures.
Well, hang
And
on a
keep-
minute. 49 pictures of a fat old bloke and a young girl I've never heard of changing a wheel.
I know, and the extraordinary thing is, I'd like to show you the 49 pictures, but got in touch with the Mail Online yesterday, okay, to say, can we have the pictures? Do you want to know how much they were going to charge? £122,000.
What?
I kid you not. They take a picture of me, they ruin my life, and then for me to buy the picture back is £122,000.
There are 49 pictures on
No,
there of you.
40, don't show the cameras, otherwise there'll be a bill for 120 grand. But the good thing is...
Exactly, because of that, you score 49.
Yep,
Yes,
I'm afraid he
I
does.
do.
There's no getting around
Yes,
that.
I do. Which moves us on to
49.
Instagram.
Okay.
James May, how did you do with your picture on the bus?
I scored 0.
Naught.
Yeah.
How did you get naught?
Well, it's quite interesting. See, I didn't have an Instagram account, so I set one up. No, but
That's a
hang on.
surprise.
No, but I set one up, and then as I was setting it up, I realised there was someone else on Instagram pretending to be me. So I filled in that reporting thing that pulls down, and I sent it off, and all credit to Instagram, they reacted very quickly, by that afternoon, in fact, and they shut me down.
You?
Yeah, they didn't shut down the fake James May. They shut the real one down.
They
So-
killed the wrong James May.
Yeah.
OK, well, that's quite interesting. What's interesting me, though, is that there's a man somewhere out in the world, or woman, who's thought, I could pretend to be anyone I like. I shall pretend to be James May.
I know.
It's not very ambitious,
Why
is
wouldn't
it?
it be
is
George
remarkable.
Clooney?
I know, but anyway, the net result of that, as they say in the army, is that I have naught.
Naught. You're
Yes.
doing very well
I've
here,
got
aren't you?
one, yeah. This is good.
So, Hammond, how did you get on?
Well, my picture was brilliant. Look at it. It's look at that.
No, that is,
good.
apart
Yeah.
from the slogan with the sexual
that
intercourse
was- yeah, it
enthusiast,
was awkward, yeah.
that is an amazing photograph, granted. So, how many people have viewed it and liked it on Instagram?
9.
Well, they block you as well.
9. No. You see, I don't really do Instagram,
Yeah.
so I don't have many followers, so only 9 people have seen it.
Oh, dear, because I got 54,000.
Oh, for God's sake! Yes, but you do Instagram.
Yes, I do.
So you got lots
Yes,
of
I did.
followers.
So put 54,000.
Hang on a minute, let's look at this in a more positive light, Hammond. He has got 1.6 million Instagram followers.
Yes.
So 1.46 million people actively didn't like his picture. That's a good way of looking at it.
That's a lose,
It wasn't
really.
my best work, I admit. It was a hurried shot.
What was it?
54,000.
That does change the scoreline a bit.
Changed the
doesn't it?
scoreline a lot, because I'm now on 54,053.
Right,
And
okay.
you're on 1.
Yeah, I'm on one.
Anyway, I also, it gets worse, I'm afraid, for you two, because YouTube.
Go on.
I didn't add them all up, but my first David Souffle video on YouTube, 266,000 views.
Lucky.
More than 250,000 people.
You are ahead now.
Yes, that's just comfortably in the lead, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
So come on, Hammond.
16,800.
What, for all that effort?
I know. I don't get it either because I gave it a really cool, tempting caption. It said, look, epic street fight broken up by Ryan Gosling and Channing Tatum whilst Prince Philip tightrope walks between 2 cars.
Well,
Who
you
doesn't want to look at that?
You actually put that as the caption.
That's what it said. It's clickbait,
And then the
isn't it?
YouTube millennials
Yes.
thought, no, I'd rather watch a cat going.
Well, they
That's
must have done.
ridiculous. That is, I'm sorry, that is pathetic. Young people, you're pathetic.
Hey.
Right, so there we are. Those are the scores at the moment. You're out.
Yes.
And James, I'm looking and I'm thinking, and just a quick adding up, unless you manage to find 325,000 people who are prepared to spend 16 minutes, because that's how long that unboxing video was, 16 minutes watching you taking a small Toyota hatchback out of
That'd
a
be
cardboard
fun if he
box,
won.
I've won.
Yes.
So,
330,000.
Damn.
in a car out of a box. Oh, he's doing the dance. You see this dance? How does he always manage to win?
Well, I think on this occasion it was partly because you tried to appeal to millennials by creating a fast show type character when nobody under 40 has ever heard of the fast show.
No, that's exactly right. You might as well have done the comedy adventures of Neville Chamberlain in 1939. That would have been better.
So, because there are more people who'd rather watch an old man take a small car out of a box than watch him endangering an office junior or me wearing a moustache, we have to deduce that the best of these small hot hatchbacks is comfortably the worst.
Yeah, that is our conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.
I got all gold, so I'm good. Well, that took a little longer than I'd like to admit. Which is okay. He actually put his unboxing on his original YouTube channel. Nice.